Is everybody else here?
The ones that matter. Hello and welcome to Mr. X's TTRPGs for Idiots. I am your dumbass master. I mean your dungeon master for tonight's games. Jesus Christ, what did happen last time?
I honestly barely remember.
Yeah, and your guys' note taker.
You did the tournament with the people like you did.
Yes, last time on Dungeons & Dragons, the party had returned to Castle Ravenlock. After a couple of days, some visitors came to see the party. What happened next? 3 guys. They had a cool magical thingy.
Yeah, you did the cool. Did we get that box by the end of it? I had to go.
Oh yeah. Right.
Yeah,
There
we
was a
did.
bunch
Is that how
there
far
was-
back we are?
There was a bunch of contests.
What?
Yeah, we got the box. I said that's how far back we're fucking.
Oh yeah, didn't it? We go in.
Yeah, that was a while.
We met with some of them at the bar, didn't we? And then we went into some other realm,
Yeah. Yep.
and we did like I think 3 different competitions.
There you go.
Stomped the shit out of them. I think we got the box.
Yeah, I agree too. We also, I'm pretty sure.
Am I muted?
No, you are not
I
muted,
did hear
John.
you this time.
Yes, you stomp them because I am terrible at game design. You gained...
Listen, the correct term is we stomped the shit out of them.
Yeah, we kind. I mean, you and me kind of talked about it afterwards, and I'm pretty sure you realized the flaw of how you weren't playing it right or whatever.
Yeah.
No, that you were
weren't
giving too
playing
many
it smart.
bonuses. Like, they should have been stripped of their extra powers when they went into that extra realm. They shouldn't have gotten like second wind and shit like that if they wanted.
They shouldn't have?
Well, either that or the other team should have gotten it also. It was just a player versus an NPC is such a huge difference.
Yes, but you guys didn't do anything sticky, so they didn't do anything sticky.
I guess that's true also. There was no buffing or debuffing on my part.
Although the practice
It doesn't really matter now since
the name
it's already,
is wanted to.
True story.
No need to worry
Yes.
about what should have happened.
So, you guys claim the box. The 3 apprentices leave the property.
Nope.
You guys decide to take some time off since Shadow was the only one who gave me anything to do. He and I already figured out his shit. So, a couple weeks go by. During that time, Shadow, you receive another visitor, an elven woman. Yes, Ander comes to you and says there is a elven woman. She says she's an ambassador with the Draconic Alliance, and she wants to speak with you.
Cool.
Oh, but
And I didn't give you my stuff, but I already told you I'm gonna do a chipmunk thing, a simulacrum, and then I need spell scrolls.
Indeed.
run that. Wait, you said somebody came and said somebody else wants to talk to me? I missed.
Yes,
some of that detail.
Ander comes to you and tells you that you have a visitor, an elven woman. She says she is a ambassador with the Draconic Alliance.
Ah, very well. Is she at the door?
She's downstairs. I imagine you guys probably turned the chapel that was in your castle into, like, a grand throne room waiting hall or some shit like that. And
Cool.
he tells
Yes.
you that...
And we each have our own fucking throne,
Fuck yeah.
designed by our own personalities. I love it.
So, Kolvok doesn't even have a throne. It's just a couple, like, deer skins thrown on the fucking ground.
Worked for me.
Alright, so, you go down to the throne room. You can see a very well-dressed elven woman. She has blonde hair. She's in a very nice blue dress. The way it sort of bells out at the sleeves and the skirt makes it appear sort of like the petals of lilies. And she rises, approaches, gives a polite bow to you, and she says, Lord Shadowfire, I presume?
What time of day is it?
Probably a little before midday.
Fuck, what would be a greeting? Not morning. Fuck it.
Evening? Afternoon? Afternoon?
Good afternoon? Yeah. Good noon? I don't know. Fuck it. Good afternoon. Bleh. Wow, I can't fucking talk today.
Go with morning.
Yes,
Great day
I am.
for fishing.
She says, good. My name is Fiala. I am an ambassador from the Draconic Alliance. I heard tales about some of the exploits you and your comrades have done in this parts. I was rather impressed with your work, but then I come to find out that Bastille returns home after a trip and says that you were his brother. So, seeing that you have somewhat of a connection with the Alliance, I figured I would truly afford my services to you.
A little bit of an apology.
That
there,
is
huh?
nice of you. What services do you speak of?
So, I'm not exactly sure how she would word it in world, but I, as the dungeon master, will explain. So the ambassador makes it so you can buy elven units, so like elven archers or elven foot soldiers or something like that, at a cheaper price.
I get me some elvins. I like it.
Yes.
You fucking
It is supposedly elf month. Which,
peons.
what the fuck is that anyway?
What?
I don't know. I've heard somewhere that it was elf month.
Elf?
Elfmont?
Yes. It's the month of the elf or something weird, I guess, this
Oh.
month.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know.
I thought it was Women's History Month.
Interesting.
It could be that.
So yes, she basically tells you that she has connections with the armies of Ettermore, and she knows potentially some mercenaries that would be willing to provide their services for coin.
Would said mercenaries be willing to relocate?
Yes, of course.
Oh yeah. Fuck yeah.
Very nice, very nice.
That's awesome. That's an awesome get, dude. That's awesome that so you could basically hire people to go fucking scavenge for you while you're out on campaign.
Yes, Josh has some
And
units, and Combat has
price
some
are we
units already.
talking?
It depends on the kind of units you want to buy. Like, more experienced guys are going to cost a little more. Guys with heavier equipment are going to cost more. There's different factors that go into it. For now, it's probably one of those things where I, as a dungeon master, sort of come up with what she's able to provide you at first, and then if you buy them as like time goes along, you can pay to have their equipment upgraded, or after you've been through a couple of battles, you can upgrade like their experience level in a sense with some more rigorous training. But yeah, again, it's like we haven't used the warfare mechanics very much. I'm a little disappointed in myself for that, but for the most part, I haven't seen a lot of opportunities for you guys to like flex your fucking soldiers and shit like that. But there might be something coming in the near future, so I need to do some experimentation and reading up on rules. But yeah, you with your recent level up, you have now added a Elven Ambassador to your roster, Shadow. Combat, as you are doing drills with the units you have already recruited to your monastery, another unit of infantry decides to swear their allegiance to you and help you in times of great need. And then you, Kolvak, one of your brethren, comes around and tells you that there's a strange man who's been looking in on the owl bears. They don't recognize him.
Cool. Owlbears aren't nothing to fuck with. Can't hear you though.
They shrug. He's in the kitchen right now, so he's not near a microphone.
Oh, okay, cool.
We can't get that motherfucker a mobile mic.
Right?
Fucking
They
talking
said
to
they
us
need
from
to
the
get you
fucking
a
kitchen
mobile
all the
mic.
fucking time.
I'll actually send one over there. How about that?
It's cheaper just to stay put.
Right? But then again, we're talking about Kill. I don't know if he knows how to do that.
He doesn't have as much ADHD.
If he doesn't have a VR headset on, no, he's not staying in one spot for long.
No, so we gotta strap him down, is what you're saying. Anyway.
So yes, Kolvak, would you like to go see this strange man? All right. Okay, fine. You get a Beast Lord retainer. So he's good with animals. He's an animal trainer. I'll figure out his name here in a moment. So, other than that, that is the recruits, the people with strongholds, were able to get with this recent level up. Alrighty. So, after the 2 weeks, or after a couple of weeks, another visitor comes to the house. Bangit comes to you, Combat, because you are technically the lord of the land, and he informs you that there is a very attractive young woman that wishes to speak with you all.
Alright, well, I'll go meet her.
Oh man.
Are you gonna get the rest of the guys, or just go by yourself for now?
Motherfucker.
She just came to meet me.
You're the lord of the land, so Bangit came to tell
great.
you about it, but he said that it seems like she wanted to talk to the group.
Alright, then I'll bring everybody.
Alright. So yeah, you guys enter into the sort of audience chamber, and you can see a very finely dressed woman. She has like thick black hair. She has black frame glasses. She seems to be in an almost like military academy style uniform. She's kind of just like looking at the things you've sort of adorned, the banners and such like that you've adorned the room in, and she notices you all entering in. She gets a pleasant smile, and then approaches and gives a bow, and she says, it's good to see you all again.
First of all, I'm going to be in not a highly formal, but a decent robe. Since we're meeting somebody.
Right,
and I'm going to bow and shit, I don't remember her, so.
So you give a bow, and she kind of like waves both of her hands out, and she's like, "Oh no, you all are the lords here. You have no reason to bow to me."
I bow to all who deserve respect.
Well, that's
What?
That's what?
So, she kind of smiles again. She says, I take it you're struggling to remember who I am.
Forgive me, but yes.
It's understandable. I have changed a bit since we last saw each other, but I am Samantha. You all helped rid me of my lycanthrope curse about half a year ago.
I wouldn't remember that shit.
The name does sound familiar.
Thank you. Said it doesn't sound familiar?
The name sounds familiar, but not the
Oh, didn't we like pirate
Werewolf or whatever?
Pirates
Yes.
to a tree or some
Yes.
shit?
Yeah, you guys, you traveled to the Feywild, ran into an Elder Fey, a Lord Reynard, something like that, something like that. He was like a fox dude, and you guys fought him, killed him, but didn't actually kill him, because killing him was just a little game he was playing to sort of get Samantha to like want to live. That was sort of her struggle. She had been turned into a monster, didn't think she deserved existing, and you guys help her kind of get over that essentially. But yes, as
Holy
she mentions
shit,
that,
I really do not remember that.
I vaguely
you don't,
remember it.
but your characters do.
Yeah, that works for me because I do not.
I think maybe Josh would be the only one who remembers that because he had some plans with this girl. Plans he could not.
Hello.
He could not come to come to fruition.
Now's your chance.
Yeah, but I know what you're talking about. The werewolf situation, right?
Yes. Yes.
He wanted to make werewolf babies.
He wanted to make him a giant Goliath baby into a werewolf. So yeah.
Epic.
Way better at what he already does. Probably would have been too good.
Yes, but Josh did not.
It was another form of raging, pretty much. Like,
Yeah,
is what I was looking at it
right,
as.
right. Yeah, but Josh
Well,
did
then I
not
say,
have the charisma necessary to convince this girl to become a werewolf full time.
I want to I do remember you.
Yeah, and like when she says that,
have
like
changed.
you can see there has been an obvious transformation. Like when you guys saw her, she was like a pale stick of a woman, and over the last few months, definitely seems like she's filled out. Like she's she looks a lot better for sure. She doesn't look like someone who's fucking suicidal.
Cool.
She
have
says
Gotten a very impressive transformation.
yes, indeed. A
last time
glow
we've
up,
seen it.
as some might say. She says, now, I personally feel I can never repay you gentlemen for the debt of curing me of that great curse, but I figured I could at least make a dent. Now, I know you are men of action, and perhaps me just handing you money you would refuse, so I figured perhaps you can help.
Most of us.
Perhaps I can turn you towards a problem, but at the end, when you solve that problem, you'll probably get a very decent pay job, or payday.
What does this what is said problem?
Okay, let me pull up my notes. Let me just refresh my mind. I know what it is. I just need to figure out how I want to
I see you need a notebook.
Yes. Totally.
The transformation must have done something to your memory.
Yes. Okay. All right. We have my brother and I, or my brother and other members of the Ironworks Tower have discovered a recent development within Hammerhaven. There appears to be an adult red dragon that has taken up residence in one of the active volcanoes along the Hammer Reach Mountains, and for the most part, this dragon has stayed. It's not like raiding villages or anything like that. It's been keeping to itself for the most part, but it has recently began to gain a bit of a cult following, you might say, and it seems like this cult has been making preparations towards some kind of goal. My brother has managed to use some scrying spells and even managed to pay a spy at the Marble Hand to infiltrate the village that is following under the dragon's rule, and to get some more information. And unfortunately, my brother believes that this cult and the dragon are making motions to turning the dragon into a Draco Lich.
Yes.
If this ritual succeeds, this dragon will become a far greater threat to
Yes.
many, many people. So I believe my brother and the leader of the Ironworks Tower, they have tried to draw the attention of the Destin, which is the National Army of Hammerhaven, but their efforts are currently laser focused towards their incursion into the Underdark right now. So they believe the dragon is not a threat. It hasn't been doing anything to the locals. Likely that is the dragon's strategy. If it doesn't draw the notice of greater nations, then no one will do anything about it. That's why I've come to you, gentlemen, hoping that you might assist in stopping this ritual, most likely felling the dragon, as even if we stop the ritual, this will most likely only be a slight bump in the road for a creature that can live thousands of years. So it is likely that we will need to kill the dragon to stop its ambitions.
Okay. Would my cat? I don't know if I need to do a history check or something. Would I know of? What did you say? A dragon witch or something like that? Some.
Dracolich?
Draco Lich. Yeah. So I would say like there's myths of Draco Liches, and then there's like
Legends,
actual
lore, yeah.
information on Draco Liches. You probably haven't gotten like legitimate information on it, but you've definitely heard the sort of the legends of it with the research like you did in your time trying to figure out why the fuck are you a demon man covered in dragon scales.
Does it say that they're guaranteed to be hostile?
So a Draco Lich is a dragon that goes through the process of turning itself into a lich. So it's purposely making itself undead so it can not die, essentially.
The huge negative repercussion that probably has on an environment and shit is just, yeah.
Yes, and
being around it would kill people.
Most legends when it comes to lichdom is not like you don't pick flowers and gather rabbit doo-doo to become a lich. Like, potentially liches have what is known as a phylactery, and they feed souls to it. Most of the times feeding souls to things is not a good thing generally.
Yeah, it's like Skyrim's necromancy, you know, it's highly frowned upon.
Yes.
But very entertaining.
Indeed.
Yeah, right? Then you're a true wizard, right? It sucks when you hear that you can't become a Draco Lich because you can become like an evil being or whatever.
Yes.
I just want to be immortal.
Yes. I've had that a couple times now in campaigns. People are like, "Hey, I want to become a lich," and I'm like, "All right, let's do this."
Take a while.
But you say your brother thinks that they are doing this ritual.
We have only sparse bits of information. Most it is highly believed that the secret of lichdom is a secret held by the Devil Lords themselves. So the information we have, we cannot confirm nor deny that this is actually what the dragon is trying to accomplish.
So what exactly are you requesting us to do? Get information or go kill a dragon just on a hunch?
Uh, um, I suppose I could provide you this. She pulls out a scroll and like a bag, and she says you could use this to teleport into the creature's lair, steal its gold, and get out if that's all you truly care about. But when it comes to dragons living in seclusion, they are typically xenophobes that hate other races and despise the peace that has been established by the Draconic Alliance. Most of the times when it comes to dragons like this one, it's not going to be friendly.
How long did you say the said dragon has been there?
The reports that we've seen, the dragon has been there for about half a year, 2 seasons. But whether it's been there longer, we're unsure. Perhaps something happened 2 seasons ago that activated the dragon's interest in being an active participant in the world once more.
You said it was a red dragon, correct?
Yes, or horned fire dragon is what she would actually call it, based on my world's cosmology of dragons.
Now, do you happen to have any knowledge of distinguishable marks or body parts or something like that that could tell him from other dragons? Maybe a scar or a broken horn or something.
I myself haven't seen the dragon. The best who would know that would be the spy my brother hired, who I believe is still in the village at the foot of the mountain.
I've recently gained access or relations? Something to, let's say, people or creatures that could give me information about possible situation. So I, for one, would like to possibly get some information from the spy, or at least speak to your brother.
Very well. I have a copy of the central sigil to the Ironworks Tower, so we could teleport there and speak with my brother if that is what you desire.
Well, I am just one member of... The fuck are we? Rafter Cats?
Yes, the Rafter Cats.
Nice.
I am just one member of the Rafter Cats, so I do not speak for the rest of the group. That is what I would like to.
She'll sort of look at the rest of you and be like, what would you gentlemen like to do?
We go find the spy.
What kind of looking at here?
What?
What is our timeline like? We got to go now, or like, do we have more time to
I
prepare for this
imagine
potential?
the sooner we get there, the better chance we have of not having to fight a undead dragon. But
Okay, so I'm gonna with that. I'm gonna Proctor's gonna step outside, and you can come back to me later. I'm gonna go start preparing for this shit.
okie dokie.
I didn't even say anything. I just left.
Very good. So yes, you all sort of see Proctor scurry off a bit after he asked of a timetable on this event.
Needless to say, he seemed excited.
Very good.
My character doesn't really know much of this Proctor, so he pays him no attention.
So yes.
Just let him do him. I remind the rest of the group of my newfound relations.
What does that mean? Do you have contact another plane or something like that?
Well, I met with, my newfound brother.
Oh, right.
Or-
Gotcha.
Oh, yeah.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
We are going up against a dragon who apparently has issues with the Draconic Alliance, so the Draconic Alliance might have an issue with him.
This is
Or
true.
her.
This is true.
Or whatever it is.
Yes. Yes. Proctor goes off. What were you saying, Josh? Is it one of your the Dracula one? Is it the ones that are technically evil? Horned dragons are also known as warrior dragons, so they enjoy festive blood competition. They are the more yes, she is a horned fire dragon, is what Samantha called it, versus the crest dragons, which are known as the noble dragons. They have the elaborate sort of shield crest on their chest. Because I like the idea of there being a blue fire dragon or a purple fire dragon. So colors don't fucking mean shit in my world, even though most of the times when I've used a dragon so far, it has been the color of the thing that it is. But there's a reason. Whether we find out, that's to be seen, I guess.
Because you're being PC and you're just including everyone.
We here at Mr. X's TTRPGs for Idiots accept all people for who they are. We still find you stupid, though.
We do not discriminate. We are all idiots.
So, yes, Proctor's gone off. Is there any other further questioning you would like to give this young woman before proceeding to next actions?
No. I mean, if she's gonna take us to her brother, that's just what I'm interested in doing. So.
I was only provided one scroll of teleportation, and I believe we'd be better using it to get to the dragon. And unfortunately, I've been picking up a little spell casting as over the past couple seasons, but as of now, I am not capable of traversing great distances. But as I said, I do have the central sigil to the Ironworks tower.
The translation, I could teleport us.
Yes.
And not have an issue.
Yes.
I think I could do 2 teleportations at the moment a day.
Maybe 3. Maybe 3.
I'm going to look right now.
I'm not sure.
I have teleportation too, so we're good either way.
If this is accurate, I can do 2. I'd have to look
How
at
many
that.
spell slots do you recover with the short rest? I'm asking you that specifically.
Depends on sorcery points.
In a vacuum, none. But each of you has particular skills that make you a nightmare for men like me. The wizard has some sort of spell slot recovery thingy. I don't remember what the feature is called, what spell slots you get back, but I know there is some way during short rest for you to get like a couple spell slots back.
Oh
It's
yeah,
the
I
same
think
thing.
that's what I was getting at. That's why I was asking how many he can recover during a short
Mine
rest.
is sorcery points, 2 per slot, I believe.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think it's like the points depend on the level of spell he's trying to get back, and I don't think he can get anything back above 5th level.
Okay. Yeah, I have Catnap, which picks 3 creatures, put them to sleep for 10 minutes. But caveat is there's no timeline. It says when they awaken, they've gotten the benefit of a short rest. But it doesn't say if it's been 1 minute or 10 minutes. So in game, it literally could just put them to sleep. All right, shake them awake now. Yep, you're good.
Interesting.
But I don't know which. I didn't think about the spell slot level. So.
Right.
Well, if I can do, if it's 5th or lower, teleportation is 5th.
Yeah, teleportation circle, yeah. That makes sense.
Cool. So we'll get you your spell slots back either way, it sounds like. So.
I'm not concerned with it. Chances are we'll fucking be a
That's too much
rest.
meta.
We're currently in midday. I guess the characters would probably discuss this anyway. Well, you wouldn't since you fucking abandoned us, but our characters would. So
We've got a lot of rituals to cast.
Midday, chances are we won't be going to do any other shit that I would need a 5th level spell for by the time we do a long rest. So I am not concerned with it, because at this point we could teleport a max of 3 times with her scroll. So
Indeed.
I tell her I am not concerned. I can handle teleporting us if need be.
Very well. Yes. I'll just let me know what you guys would like to do, and I'm here for you.
Well, then I guess I'm going to ask the rest of the group if they mind we go do a little bit more investigating and talk to... Well, first, is the you said it's ambassador representative, right? Or is it the ambassador herself?
What do you mean, I guess?
The chick who came and visited me.
Yes, she's like a retainer, like the skinwalker you got, or sort of like the units. It's like it's a follower that you have earned because of like the reputation you've built.
So she stays here.
Yes, she stays.
Basically goes and does what I want her to do.
The ambassador, she provides the
What the hell?
cheaper units. Like, she has her own stuff. Like, she is an ambassador, so she's going to be doing like political dealings between like your castle and potentially like she's going to deal with Lord Zalix. The Skinwalker is a retainer, so that's like more a guy that you can be like, hey, take these 2 units, go take care of that fucking orc tribe up to the northwest. Like, that character will do that. She is more an artisan, so like your scroll maker. Like, you can tell your scroll maker, like Ander, you can be like, hey, make me a scroll of blah-de-blah, and he'll fucking do that while you're out on an adventure. But if you told Ander, like, hey, you're coming with me into the dungeon, he's gonna be like, I'd really rather not. Can I stay here in my nice shop where there's not orcs trying to shoot me in the face with arrows?
Alright, but so but she's at the castle like at all times. So if I just pop in 100 days later, she could be there.
Yes, for the most part.
Okay. So then,
maybe every once in a while, so I can still be a dungeon master, I can be like, no, she's not here today. She went and had a carriage ride off to the north to speak to Lord Farquaad.
Okay, Dickmaster.
Bird.
Is she still here?
Yes, she's still here.
I would like to. Is she
She's
still, like, around us,
I would say
or-
she's been like scouring through the town trying to find a nice abode she would like to live in.
Damn it! So she's not at the castle.
No, not at the castle. But the town is not far away.
Dickmaster. Shit. I wanted to talk to her before we left.
Indeed. Indeed.
'Cause I don't know if she would have told me. I wanted to find out if I could, I could use her or something, because I don't remember if I have contact with my brother. I don't think so.
He has message spell, but that's like he has to send a message to you for you to reply. But I think I also said that like Ander has message, so you could potentially go to Ander and be like, "Hey, you saw the big red and black dragon that came here that you thought was going to kill us all? Well, that's actually my brother. I need you to tell him blah blah."
Don't we have, or I have, or somebody has a thing where I could just send a short message to somebody's brain? Like they just hear it?
Do you have message as a cantrip? Cantrip?
No, but I believe we had something. If I remember correctly, we used it at some point.
So you guys have two sending stones, but Kolvok
No,
has
that
given
wasn't
the
it.
other stone to Kite. And then there is the Raven, which has like animal messenger. Like, yes, it can like do a 24-hour flight to go deliver a message to a specific person.
Not what I'm thinking, but okay. Oh, I can still. All right.
I mean, yeah, there's ways we can figure that out. But I'm not there at the moment, so I'm out casting.
Well, I'm just gonna tell the rest of the group that I'm kind of interested in seeing if the Draconic Alliance has information on said dragon.
Stop, man. Naughty boy. Knock it off.
Fair.
But I personally do not have contact with the Draconic Alliance in any way, other than said ambassador who just recently paid me a visit.
Yes.
Who decided to go shopping like most women.
Indeed.
Yes, sending?
Sending, yes, that's a good one.
She has it?
Does she have sending?
Yeah.
Not sure. Only one way to find out. Ask. I know. That's why I said it. Yeah, I'm a dick master. I mean a dungeon master.
How long would it take to get to the town? This is knowledge that my character should know, so that's why I'm asking.
It's like a 25-minute walk.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I could just, like, fly there.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like on broomstick, that's 30 seconds.
not
Sure.
quite, but...
My character does not enjoy having a stick between his legs, okay?
Fair.
Are you playing a female?
Fair.
I thought you had a male character.
I do.
Oh.
One stick at a time, okay?
Well, two's a little much, I guess.
Yeah, and I have a tail too, so, you know, it's just not gonna work. Alright, so I asked for a couple minutes so I can run to town and, acquire some information from my ambassador.
Very good.
I asked if she minds holding on, and I asked the rest of the group if they don't mind if I run to town quick.
She says, I mean, no real rush from me.
I'm fine.
Alright. Then I am going to fly
Well, I mean, it's an exchange of information. I bet like you'll send the Raven into her, and it's like says, "Hey, can you do sending?" And then she sends back, "Yes." He still needs to go talk to her about the actual fucking message that he needs to send.
That would
All right, so
why not?
I'm assuming there ain't nothing really I have to do. So I'm just gonna tell
No.
you exactly my plan, and you can just
Okay.
tell me. Okay.
Very good.
So I was just gonna fly to town, just ask her if I would get. I'll just give her a quick rundown of the situation and ask her if I would get like some more extinguishable marks if it is possible for her to get information from the Draconic Alliance about it.
You're asking if you'll get more distinguished marks?
Well, I guess it's gonna be two questions. The first question is if I wanted to, can we get information from the Draconic Alliance? And then if
Um,
she said yes, then the second question would be, okay, well, if I get, more narrowed down on the dragon, if I could get information on that one specifically.
yeah, she would say like yes, if the Draconic Alliance had information, I'm sure they would be more than willing to provide anything that they have on the subject. There are bounties on dragons that fought during the Dragon Wars 200 years ago. So who knows? Maybe this dragon you're after could be one on the bounty list, or maybe it was just a foot soldier that they've kept a mild eye on.
I guess I would ask about how long would it take to get information.
Um,
Like the return, let's say the go and return. I know the actual information might take very time, but the actual
yeah.
send and receive.
Depending on the methods you use, using traditional methods, it would probably take a couple months to get word to the Draconic Alliance. Maybe if you hired a courier service, you might get it done in about a month and a half. But through magical means, you could certainly expedite the yes, expedite the process much quicker.
Very well. I guess. Well, I'm assuming she would, being that it's my ambassador. Of course, she's going to tell me where the fuck she's living. So, I just let her know that I will either be back or send word. We're going to go investigate the situation.
Very well. I'll be here if you need my further services. I'll be
And
around.
I fly out, or I guess I fly back and let them know that we have, a thing on information. That I say we go and talk to the brother and try to get more details.
Alrighty. Alrighty then. Okay. So, you want to go talk to the brother? How are you going to get to the brother?
Well, I figured we could just use her teleportation circle.
The ambassadors?
No, the Samantha.
Oh, Samantha's scroll? To get to your brother?
No. Go talk to Samantha's brother.
Go talk to Samantha's brother. Sorry, I thought you were talking about Shadow's brother. That's why I was a little confused. Now I understand. Alright, so, you guys are setting towards teleporting to the Ironworks Tower. Proctor, what the fuck are you doing?
Well, I mean, like a lot of the shit was just ritual and stuff. But I guess my real question is during this time that we've been back, is it safe to assume that I've already cast Simulacrum?
Yes, it's been 2
Okay.
weeks of downtime.
Very cool, very cool. All right, then this is all I was doing is just preparing spells and rituals, the shit that they don't cost spell slots, so that's
Yes.
a nice chunk. And um, I can write a list of the ones that I was planning on doing and have probably already done at that point.
Okie dokie.
But yeah, I'm down to follow, obviously. So
All right. So as you guys
I
are,
should say though that what do I have inside the ring? I put you know what? Never mind. Just go. Let's just go. We're good. We're good. Stop, dude.
okay, 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 okay.
I'll shoot you a list real quick. It's not like a billion spells or anything. So.
Okay, so
Careful. He's gonna shoot you.
you guys are getting ready to teleport when Combat, your sage, sort of pops in on you guys, and she says, did I hear something about a horned fire dragon?"
Oop, I do need to cast one spell in front of you, actually. But after this, I'm sorry.
Combat's off camera. I don't know if he's AFK as well.
Fuck.
I mean, I'll speak to her, I guess, because she's right there with all of us, but
Yes, she
trying to leave that up to Combat.
She is technically. Yeah, she seems very interested in the dragon. She says, are you gentlemen potentially going off to fight that thing?"
Currently, we're going to get information, but that's usually how these things end up.
Well, if you would like, you could give me some time. I could do a little research on the dragon and maybe find some potential weak spots that you could exploit in your fight.
Do you need to come with, or are you going to do that here?
Oh, no, I can do that all here.
I see no
I just
problem with
need
that.
to be sure that it is a horned fire dragon, correct?
That is what Samantha is telling us.
Yes, that she shakes her head or nods her head. She's like, "Yes, from all the reports we've gathered, it is highly likely that this is you don't see a lot of other elemental type dragons living inside of a volcano." And the sage is like, yes, that's certainly true. So yes, she says, yeah, should take me about a week, but after that, I can provide you with some juicy information, I'm sure.
And I asked the sage if she would mind doing me a favor.
Oh, what do you need?
Would you mind telling my girl, Scryer?
Scribe? Ander?
Yes. Would you mind asking him to make a spot for our ambassador friend for when she is here to do business?
Yes, of course. I can get right on that. So yes, with the sage, she can provide you guys after a week of research. She can provide you with advantage on your next attack roll against such a creature, which would be a horned fire dragon. You negate 1 resistance on your next attack roll against such a creature, or such a creature has disadvantage on its next saving throw against your spells or abilities.
Fuck yeah.
Is that per player or per?
That will
what?
basically she can provide one of those per level of her shop. So I would allow you guys to spread that around, but currently she's only got a level 1 sage shop, so she can only provide one of those to one person. But eventually, you get that level 5. That's like, okay, Kolvak, you get advantage on a next attack against the Beholder. Shadow, you make it so they have disadvantage against the first spell you pop on his ass. Combat, you also get advantage. Proctor, you get another disadvantage saving throw.
If I didn't already need a billion of them, yeah.
All right.
That's
So
awesome.
Yes. Yes.
I thank the sage.
The artisans are kind of
and-
cool. I like them. I feel like Matt Colville did a good job on their design. So yes.
Well, I thank her. I thank her for her initiative, and I look forward to her information.
Of course, one does not simply take on a dragon without proper preparation.
You
Right.
don't obviously know the Raptor Pats very well.
Yes, right after she said that, you thought of that time that you guys came to this castle, saw that there was a dragon here, and were like, let's go talk to that.
What, Damien?
All right, so yes. So Proctor, you are joining them as they teleport
Yes, absolutely.
to Hammerhaven? All right.
Hold on.
So,
I need a quick minute. If you don't need me, you guys can continue.
all right. I mean,
Sorry,
you're the guy
we're back.
casting the spell to get him place it.
No, I'm
So
not.
anyway,
We're using
on
the
that
damn
note, like,
scroll.
that's fine actually because I need to
I'll be right back.
I need to say a couple things, I guess.
Okay.
I mean, it's not bad. I just did find familiar, and I was confused about something before, so it doesn't matter. But in addition to that, I'm confirming this one isn't a ritual, unfortunately. I'm still gonna do it. I'm gonna cast Faithful Hound as well. So Faithful Hound, and then
Mordenkainen's Faithful Hound?
yeah, I mean, they changed. I just dropped the Mordenkainen's part off of it because they have Mordenkainen's Magnificent Mansion. Yes.
Yes. I'm just reminding you, if you're trying to look for the spell, you're not going to find it in F, you're going to find it in M. That's the only reason
Right.
I say that.
Oh, yeah. That I'm not. Yeah, but anyway,
Fair.
thank you. I appreciate that. And then I'm just looking at there's one other one. So I got Find Familiar, and I guess I don't care what kind of familiar it is, as long as it has 4 legs or it flies, one or the other. Probably the 4-legged ones, actually.
I mean,
okay.
I imagine
I
you
don't
being
know how to
an
pick it.
Underdark person,
that?
it'd probably be like a fucking lizard or some shit like that. Like a reptile is sort of what I would imagine, but...
Sure, we'll do that.
That's
We'll
just-
do a reptile. We'll just do like a small. Is there any reptiles you can think of that can stand on their back legs and hold something though? A Gila monster? No, isn't that what it's called? A Gila monster, the one that runs across the water.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking of that.
I don't need it to have like a crazy abilities or anything. That's not what
No,
I was getting at. But
I
anyway,
understand.
I guess the most important thing to say is by now also, okay, so I'm walking. Proctor's walking, which should look weird to everybody, right? Whereas he's usually on his broom, but he's not on his broom. And that's all I'll say about that. And he's
Okay.
the other Proctor, and I don't know how to tell who is who. Actually, that's up to you. Like, I would probably normally be the hot swap in their position, but the other one is invisible on a broom. So, but it's kind of up to you, I guess, how to reveal who's the real Proctor and which one's invisible somewhere hiding. I don't know.
Okie dokie.
I don't know what makes sense to do. So I don't know. No.
Bat,
But
cat,
anyway.
crab, frog, hawk, lizard, octopus, owl, poisonous snake, fish, quipper, rat, raven, seahorse, spider, or weasel.
A weasel?
Yes.
A weasel, huh?
Yes.
Which, I mean, I thought that spell, like, what spell am I thinking of where you, like, roll dice and then is that like a woodland creatures thing or something? Because
That
there's
might.
one spell where if you get lucky enough, you can get a pixie. Or 8 pixies or something like that. Like, I guess I was messed up on that. But whatever, it's fine. For this time,
Summon Fae?
What?
Summon Fae?
Is that, and then they have to do what you tell them to? Really? Huh. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna do that because I don't have that. I don't have that prepared.
Conjure Fae, of course, because it's conjuration.
Maybe some other time I'll do that. That's bogus. But what? I mean, that's a failure on my part.
Okay, conjure woodland beings. 1 Fae creature, challenge rating 2. 2 Fae, challenge rating 1. 4 Fae, challenge rating a half.
That's the one.
8 Fae, challenge rating a fourth.
That's the one. That's the one. Let me see if I have that. I should have that in my spellbook. And I do. There it is. Okay, cool. Cool. So yeah, I was like, I don't want to fuck that up. So it's not find familiar. It's conjure woodland creatures. Okay, cool. Fuck that up. So I'd like to do that. Here, I'd like to roll that right now.
You decide, are you summoning 1 Fae of challenge rating 2, 2 Fae of challenge rating 1, 4 Fae of challenge rating half, or 8 Fae of challenge rating quarter?
Okay.
Fucking munchkins.
Munchkins.
Yes, that's what we call
I
people
know.
like you. Yes,
Whatever.
Pixies are a challenge rating 4th, so you can summon 8 of them.
I'm not trying to break anything. We'll just do the one. We'll just do the one pixie. It's fine. It's fine. I don't plan on doing crazy stuff with it. It's
Like that's the thing. If you're doing 1 Fae creature, it's challenge rating 2. So I'm not familiar
sorry
with
about
a
that.
bunch of Fae fucking creatures, so I don't know what is a challenge rating 2.
I also don't
Fae?
don't want to steal all the action economy either. I'm not. That's why I said just the one, because right now that's just 3 actions per turn basically. So.
Okay, fair.
And then I'm tied up with everyone else that's got
Challenge
second, third, and
rating
5th wind or whatever.
2.
Cool.
Awakened
Thank you.
tree,
And I'm ready.
Carrion
So-
Crawler,
You're not welcome.
Cult, Druid, Eder, Cat, Fae, Dragon? Maybe?
You cast
Maybe
the
a
Fey Dragon?
Fae? Maybe a Fae Dragon? I mean, a Fae Dragon sounds reasonable.
Sounds scary.
It's about the size of a pseudo dragon, I'm pretty sure.
Cool.
Fae Dragon,
Well, I'm
yes.
glad.
Yes, it looks it's like a dragon with butterfly wings. If you're watching the camera.
That sounds
So
good.
yes, you could summon. Wait, but it's a dragon. Damn it!
I'm not.
Of
I
course
wasn't
it's
planning on
classified
summoning
as
a
a
dragon.
dragon.
So
Why would
I'll
I
just
think
go
it's-
with I was just when I hear pixie when I read the spell originally and thought of uses for it because it can do things like I can cast dragon breath on somebody kind of thing or something is what I was planning on doing, but I don't need it to be a dragon or I wasn't going that far honestly. Just a little Tinkerbell would be fine.
Okay, fine.
Uh-huh.
Cool. Cool.
Tinkerbell.
Cool.
Tinker.
Like, why would you make a spell summon a level 2 Fae if you don't even have any fucking level 2 Fae when you fucking made it? Well, the player's handbook came out first. There was nothing else, so... It's confusing.
It's a pretty good. It's a good spell. It's a good spell.
Okay, so... Any other preparations, or are we going to...
I mean, if there's a possibility of combat, like I would like to buff the team a little bit some more and not have to worry about. And like, okay, so what I mean is, I would like to use the rituals now if they're necessary. If anybody feels like that they need to move faster, be sneakier, or just overall need something that they don't have, I would like to do this so that we don't have to do it.
Samantha says she hopes that there's nothing going on at the tower. That would be unfortunate.
Okay. All right.
Unfortunate.
Well, then no, nothing. I won't even worry about true sight or anything
Fucking
like that.
Celestial. What? Where? Where are the level 2 Fae?
Over there.
It's just a pixie, right? Just little pixies.
I mean, I'm fine with that. It's just, like, frustrating to me that the spell says 1 level, like, challenge rating 2 Fae, but those don't exist! I have to make it up!
Really? That is weird. I'm gonna look it up on the online source, but that is strange.
Like, Jesus fucking Christ. Like, in the main monster manual, I can't see a fucking Fae of challenge rating 2. Maybe in some of the supplementary stuff, like Volos and Morton Canaans, but...
I'm looking that up right now. Challenge rating 2 fairy, huh? Or Fae.
Stupid. People don't know how to do their job. It's a good thing I'm switching systems, I guess. No. Alright, so, you guys, after the sage comes and talks and confirms that you guys would like her to do some research on a horny, fiery dragon, she tarries off to go get that research done and also to tell Ander to do the thing. I can't remember what the thing is, but he was told to do a thing. That's right. Make a place in the castle for the ambassador of Germany.
Mother Russia.
Shortly after the sage slips out of the conjuration, teleportation, whatever the hell room, you guys see Proctor slip in and
Holler.
sorry, I have to do this, Kurt, but it's to sort of teach you a lesson, I guess. So, Shadow prepares the teleportation circle and teleports all of you away, except the invisible person Shadow was not aware of that was coming with you guys. So, your simulacrum or original Proctor are still at the castle. I'm sorry. It's like it has to I'm pretty sure the person has to be aware of who they're fucking teleporting. And since you didn't make him aware of the invisible guy, he got left behind.
Solid.
I like it.
Back to regular action economy. That's
they're only going to get information for the most part. There's not going to be any battle. You don't have to worry about the action economy. I mean, yes, Coldlock could bump into someone and be like, "Hey, I'm going to cut your fucking head off now." So we'll see how things.
Like, oh my God, we need you! Boom, 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 boom. There's fire! Boom, 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 boom.
Need a res. Healer's down, out of mana. So.
And we sent our last dying message. If only the Proctor was with us.
Or a second Proctor was with us. So yes, you guys teleport to the Ironworks Tower. And Samantha takes you guys to Chris's office, her brother. And he seems to be just like scrambling through like books and tomes and paperwork and stuff, and is just like frantically working away. And then she kind of like quietly approaches beside him, taps him on the shoulder, and he kind of like throws up a bunch of papers and looks to her, kind of like puts his hand to his chest. He's like, "Oh, Jesus," and then takes notice to you all. He kind of rises, kind of like dusts himself off a bit, and then gives a polite bow. He's like, so good of you gentlemen to show up. You already informed them?" And she nods and she says, "Yes, they just wanted to get a little more information from you about your gut feeling, I suppose." He then turns to you guys with a smile, and he's like, "Yes, I'm willing to provide whatever information makes you gentlemen feel comfortable. So what can I help you with?"
I was wondering if you happen to know if this dragon has any distinguishable marks, whether it's a color or like a broken horn or a scaled off place or something.
The reports we got from the spy says that this dragon is particularly horny. Excuse me. Let me rephrase that. She is heavily covered in spines and spires and horns and such like that. Almost looks like a horny devil toad. But we also have learned some of her monikers, as it were. We don't have her actual name yet, but many of the cultists that the spy has been amongst. What?
No, you're good.
Okay. I thought it sounded like you said can't hear you, so.
No, he said, "Damn it."
The cultists have referred to her as the Queen in Crimson, as well as the Scarlet Demise.
Cool.
All right.
How big is she?
She is, by our guesstimations, likely an adult dragon, not ancient quite yet, but
Okay, cool.
still, even an adult dragon turning into an undead is going to be a.
Adult dragons are big, man. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's not, I was just took it on size. So large, right? Or huge?
Huge.
Huge.
Yes, 3x3.
All right. So you said she's very horny, and they call her what? Scarlet something?
Scarlet Demise, or the Queen in Crimson.
Yeah. Any other information you have that could pertain to this situation?
Here, let me check my notes real quick.
Like sister, like brother, huh?
Totally not meta. He sort of turns to Samantha and kind of asks what details she goes over, and he sort of confirms that for the most part she gave you the best of the information that he felt was sort of relevant to offload to you guys at the beginning. So yeah, he just
There's no real information on said dragon per se.
The cult is not grossly secretive. The spy, after a bit of time, was able to get in with them. Nico, off. was able to get in with them eventually and start learning their secrets, but
What?
it seems that some of the followers are being chosen for some great purpose. I imagine their souls are going to be siphoned off to the Queen in Crimson to allow her to ascend to undeath. Nico! Nico!
She's not even ancient and she's trying to pull this shit?
Yep, apparently.
Bitch.
I gotta let a doggy out real quick.
Yeah. I'm just gonna, yeah. How long does it take? I thought that was a ritual. Maddie, get. Maddie, dude. Go on, go lay down.
How about you with us, man?
Yeah,
If you're
muted.
there, there you are.
I've been here, been listening.
Were you here during when one of your people decided to talk to us before we left the castle?
One of my people, like the person that came to visit me?
No,
No,
your
it was-
sage.
Yeah.
No, I meant I walked away.
I use and abuse your person. No.
Alright, so yes. Is there any other questions you might have for young Chris?
Just yeah, I guess there's no new information that you received since
No.
your sister has came to us.
No. My spy has not contacted me.
And what does your spy look like? Or how can we tell it's your spy if we do go into this?
I would say Chris gives you some sort of code to use. I'll have to come up with that between sessions or whatever. Or if we get to it, you say the code to the guy and he gives you the confirmation you need. But yeah, he gives you a code that you can use to no, fuck you.
I like that. Go out back code. That's it. Anyway. Shit. I did not go. Yeah. What does the rest of you want to do? I didn't get a lot of knowledge or information, so I don't know what we'll find out about this dragon. So, I guess, does the cult have a name? I don't know. Remember if we were told.
I don't think the cult has any sort of formal designation that they go by. They're simply the followers of the Scarlet Demise.
Do they happen to have like a symbol or anything, or just a bunch
No,
of people? That's it.
it's a very
Stop it, Maddie.
it's a small following. It seems like at current the dragon's only ambitions is reaching lichdom.
Ah. Well,
Son of a lich.
in that case, I got what I want. Nothing's changed, nothing's new, so I wouldn't mind going back and trying to get some information if we need be. Unless you guys want to go fight this dragon or fight the cult. I'm assuming we would have to fight the cult before the dragon, but
We could all go die real quick if that's what you're asking. Sure.
what the fuck's this we all? You ain't here.
Well, he is. His clone isn't.
Oh. I misinterpreted all that.
Yes.
We could all die right now if that's what you mean.
Well, since you're new to the rafter cats, you don't have the experience that we have into charging into dumbass situations and coming out alive. Well, at least most of us come out alive.
It's only been
Yeah.
one death so far.
Sometimes, you know.
And it was the
slaves don't
barbarian,
make it.
which makes me a really good dungeon master. If you can kill a barbarian.
It would be nice to hear from the rest of the rafter cats here, see what they would like to do, what they think we should do.
Indeed. What is the group consensus?
Yeah. Damn. I can't understand what y'all are saying. Y'all
No.
talking way too much.
I'm not listening.
Sorry. What was that, Josh? The actions of the dragon and the cult have been very limited to sort of their local area. It seems like the dragon is trying to keep a clean nose, as it were, potentially going into this ritual so as not to incur the wrath of Hammerhaven's armies or the wrath of the Draconic Alliance.
So he said we should check out the cult first before we go for the other thing?
I'm assuming we're gonna have to go after the cult first.
These... I would imagine most of the villagers are very simple folk, that they are just fanatics drawn towards a great power. I imagine that if the Queen in Crimson was defeated, they would likely be routed. My assumption would be that the dragon is the crux to this situation.
Got it.
Yes.
Well-
So I was able to craft a scroll of teleportation, which I had given to Samantha, and with the aid of the spy, I was able to get soil from the village, so you can use the teleportation scroll to get to the village just outside of the, just at the foot of the volcano. But the spy also
Who's got that
managed...
scroll?
What?
Who's got that scroll?
Samantha?
I want a copy of that scroll.
But my spy was also able to get a piece of obsidian from within the volcano, so you could potentially teleport yourselves directly into the volcano. However, the risk with that is, yes, you'll be in the volcano. Where specifically you appear could be any number of places. You could teleport yourselves into a quiet cave in some distant corner, or you could teleport in front of the dragon's cult army, or the dragon herself, or even worse, just above a great lava pit that consumes you all into nothingness.
Or in the lava itself already.
So
Nice.
there are risks with using the obsidian to get into the mountain, though using that would limit your exposure to cultists that might be patrolling the mountainsides.
I thought that having an object from the place where you're trying to go gave you a one. You only have a
Yes,
one
it's gonna
point
get you in that volcano, but it doesn't like take you right to the spot that the obsidian was taken from. I mean, maybe I'm wrong about that, but this is my
I'm
fuck
looking, but
world,
I
so
thought it was a 25% chance that it fucks up, but a 75% chance that it gets
I
hit.
think if you have an object, it's 100% you're going where you want to go.
Okay.
No, an object fucking gets you there, or a teleportation circle. But from the research his spy has done, the dragon doesn't have a teleportation circle, rightfully so, probably. So adventurers can't just fucking pop in.
We could make one, but
A permanent one? Yes.
weird.
If you
Yes,
guys
it's
cast
weird.
a teleportation circle inside of that volcano every day for a year, then you would have a permanent circle that you could use to get there.
listen, I'm just saying, strategic commitment.
Yes. So, with the object, you have an 100% chance of making it into the volcano.
So, my recommendation is we go to the volcano and grab some shit from there and then come back. Because we can always
You
get back to
already
the castle.
you already have an object from the volcano.
Right. I'm looking into the future. I'm guessing we can't carry all the gold back in one trip.
You don't know how much is there yet? I mean, Kolvok has a pretty big bag, but this has happened before, that he has reached the limits of how much he could put in the bag and had to leave behind some goldy bits, some shiny bits. But, so yes, that is, as far as I can tell, the obsidian, like, it's not consumed by the spell. So if you keep the piece of obsidian that was acquired from the, whatchamacallit, is, you can keep it and, yeah, do as many trips as you potentially want.
Okay, but the obsidian, you have a chance of dying, correct?
Potentially. Depending on where
There's a
exactly...
25% chance that it goes
Hold on,
wrong, but
hold on,
there's
hold on.
also, in that 25% chance, there's like two sections too. There's really only like, you're rolling a D100, you're rolling a D100 for this, I think.
Yes.
And then if it's like 1 through 4, you're you're transported to a similar place, which could be anywhere that's similar.
Yes.
And then
Right.
there's like 12 or like something like blah, blah, blah. Then it's like you get close, but you're going to have to walk a while. Or shit like that. We don't, I mean, technically we could die, I guess, with the 1 to 4 option, but really there's a 96% chance that we're going to get close to the volcano, no matter what.
Similar area
Okay.
means you end up somewhere that is similar. So you
Like, yeah.
could end up
Well, yeah,
in
that's true. My
a
bad, I'm sorry.
volcano, but
A
not
volcano, yeah.
the
or a picture of a
volcano.
volcano.
Hold up. But you said with an item, you're guaranteed to get to that spot.
Yes,
100%.
from what I am looking at
So-
in associated object is 1 through 100 on target. There is no
Every
other
time.
variation.
All the time,
So,
every
if
70% of the work time, it works every time.
if we would go there, have an issue bringing all the gold back. As long as we have one of those golds, we can get back there.
I suppose that's true, yeah. Duh.
Or perhaps like a dragon scale or something from that specific dragon.
I
That's been there?
don't. It's more an object. There. Okay, so it has to be an object from that area that has been there for the last 6 months. So taking a random coin could have drastic results because you have no idea if that coin has actually been there for 6 months. The dragon, maybe it would work because you've sort of gained
You'd only
information
go to
that the
where
thing
the
has been
dragon
there.
is.
What?
You would only go to where the dragon is.
Yeah, I suppose so. But if it's dead, then, like, what kind of finicky shit does that... So, yes, as always, like, yes, these are things that you could potentially do, but they run risks.
Yup.
Well, if we just take a bone from the dead dragon, the dead dragon bone will still be at this volcano.
Theoretically, yeah.
Maybe
And-
the teleportation then tries to teleport you to the soul of the dragon, not the actual dragon's dead body. Their magic's fucking weird. Who fucking knows? So
Now
the
that sounds
obsidian
fun.
is from that fucking volcano. The obsidian is not going to be destroyed when you guys use teleport. You already have an object that takes you to the place you want to go. That's all I'm gonna fucking say.
Cool. We just gotta
That-
take it.
That 1 in 4 takes you to the place that you want to go. Just saying.
No, that'll.
100% with the obsidian, you guys will go to the volcano.
Oh,
Where
I misunderstood that again then.
in the volcano is up for debate.
Okay.
Oh.
Nico! Jesus
What?
Christ. Shut up. No one wants to hear it. Especially not Josh. Alright. Yes.
Alright.
Cool.
Don't fucking
What?
come to me. I'm not gonna help you. Fucking kick his ass or something.
Prepare.
I'm not with him.
What? Okay, well, I'm in this, so I can't talk to you. Hey, man, I thought your mom fell asleep.
Nico. Don't.
Oh man.
Nico. Nico!
Alright, so anyway, that's what I think. I think we should go and possibly get information on the dragon, I guess. And we have the chick back at the base, at the castle. We're doing research.
She'll need a week to give you guys
Yeah.
proper advantages.
So
Okay.
I think
So
we've
we're okay. Gotcha. Track.
So I mentioned to the brother. I'm going to mention to the brother and the sister apparently that we have a sage doing research to give us an advantage. But we're looking at about a week. How do they feel about said timeline?
A week. Hopefully that's not too much time for the dragon to prepare whatever it's doing.
How many souls does it need?
But he says a week. Hopefully, yes, doesn't give it enough time. Hopefully, there's some sort of complication that prevents the dragon from getting to the ritual at this moment. But I can't condemn you gentlemen for trying to gain some sort of advantage when it comes to fighting a horned dragon. These things are not creatures to be trifled with easily, for sure.
What kind of dragon is this? I'm metaing. And like, what should I be looking up for resistance?
Horny fire dragon.
It's a adult red dragon. They
Okay,
have no weaknesses. Like there isn't gonna be like a skeleton that's weak to bludgeoning damage. Like this has popped up before. Shadow is like, oh, we're going up against a fire dragon, so if I use ice on it, it's gonna do more damage. And it's like, no.
I'm looking for its area effects. That's why I asked when it was, so they could get the right information.
Gotcha.
Well, I guess if things change,
Yes, we still have our spy there, so if he tells us that he is currently watching the ritual as it goes down, I will try to send a message to you gentlemen to see if you are willing to act quickly, but for now, yes, I will keep you abreast of any changes.
I guess we will stay close to the castle for the next week, and being that this is a somewhat dire situation, we don't want to get racked up into one of our many requests.
Indeed. All right, so you guys rest for a week at your home. The farmers come to you, tell you that there is a terrible orc army that is on its way. Sparrow informs you that she and all of her friends have lost their godly powers, and she needs you to return them. The Lord Zalix that you spoke to, Shadow, he tells you that war has broken out in the South Seas and that he needs you guys to give your armies over to Brimhallow for the fight. Kidding on all of that.
I mean, that's pretty easy. We send the armies over there, we go get the godly powers back, and call it a day.
Good. As long as it seems that easy to you, I guess it is.
Well, the decision, what we're gonna do.
After the last challenge I presented you guys with, I'm starting to see that this fucking game is a cakewalk at this point.
Can you look up? Well,
Nope.
Is there anybody that's in love, perhaps, or is there anybody that just died recently, or is there anybody that needs a coronation of any sort? Is there anything weird like that happening around this land? I mean, ideally, we could all just get married.
What the fuck religion are you following?
The name, it starts with C. It's whatever. Do you call it? What is it called when somebody's getting married, or it's like also it's the same word
What are you
for
doing?
if there's a death and you go to the funeral. It's also the same word.
I'm on camera.
Coronation?
It's not. That's not it. But anyway, I can marry people. Fine, I'll just say it. If I marry people, and then it's gonna give us a boost for a week. We don't have to worry about being frightened.
Yeah, cheers.
Which is probably the biggest problem.
What you're saying is you want us to get married and then go fight a fucking dragon.
I'll just look through my spellbook.
I don't know about you, but that's a weird ass honeymoon.
Without knowing what I was talking about.
I
I'll
mean,
come back.
Shadow is engaged in a relationship currently.
Listen, we are not at the stage of where is this going yet, okay?
The problem with that is it would only work on, which is okay if it did. It would only work on Shadow and the person that he's getting married to, unless that's why I said unless we all got married together.
Listen, man, I love the camaraderie and shit, but I'm sorry, I don't rock that way.
That's amazing. All right, so yeah. Anything else anyone would like to achieve over the week?
Well, I mean, I'm gonna send that information about what information I got about the dragon to
The Draconic Alliance to Boss Steel.
Yeah.
All right, and then I also assume you're probably going to do some meditation in your Zen garden.
Of course.
All right, so yes, you'll have an inspiration that you can use at any time after your meditations.
I also want to start the hiring process of the Elven crew.
Okay. What are you looking for?
So that's okay when I get home.
Infantry, cavalry, artillery. I forget. There's like one other type of.
I want to do mages of some sort.
Probably.
Sort of magical.
Ceremony.
Is that in PHB or?
I'm looking. It's in Xanathar's.
Yes.
You touch adult humanoids willing to be bonded together in marriage for the next 7 days. Each target gains +2 to AC when they are within 30 feet of each other. A creature can benefit from this right only once if widowed, so it's not permanent, obviously. I mean, it's
That would be
permanent,
absolutely useless for me, considering my girlfriend is a secretary back at a wizard tower. You have lots to learn about us rafter cats.
Less water, that one's awesome.
Wow.
But we're not fighting the undead, so.
That's fucking hilarious.
Not yet.
This spell.
Pretty
Oh,
rad.
wow. It took you to get to Xanathar's guide to tell us how you fucking make bless fucking holy water in it? Jesus Christ, Wizards of the Coast.
Yeah, that's a good one too, though. Bless water. Yeah, if we're ever against, I don't know, anything undead or any demon, just vials. Just everybody could just throw vials of holy water at it until it's destroyed.
Or you could just sit there and bless my canteen that is on this water.
I wonder if that would work. You,
why
no,
not?
you touch one vial of water and it causes it to become holy. So, one vial.
Yeah, if you touch
I
one
would not-
canteen of water.
I would not classify the decanter as a vial.
Lame. Now what if? Okay, hold on. What if you touch the vial, right? Now follow. You touch the vial,
Fuck, I was wrong again, I think.
and I just use the canteen and constantly fill that vial.
Okay. I mean, polymorph.
Yeah,
If you
it's-
polymorph an endless decanter, does it still is it still an endless decanter?
Can you polymorph an object?
Oh no, that's only for. You're right. That's only for living creature things or beasts or whatever.
Like maybe
anything, yeah,
true
you're right.
polymorph you can hit an object, but even then I don't know.
Well, that's not till level. That's not till later
Yes.
anyway. There's no,
Yes, of course. That's wish level shit.
Anyway,
Well, why am I thinking that?
The gods have an objective definition of certain things, and you can only find out what the definition, the clear, universal definition of those things are till you experiment. So you could only find out if enlarging yourself or reducing a decanter would make it classified as a vial. The only way you can find out is by doing it.
yeah.
So, yes. Ask Kurt's character. Josh says, how do wizards live with all this bullshittery that they can... Yeah, it's... We're just
It
memeing.
gets easier. It
Uh,
doesn't start out that way. Wizards are squishy.
okay,
Very, very
so...
tappable.
During this week, is there any other thing everyone is comfortable with passing the time by? The sage giving you the information and proceeding with next plan of action?
So are we preparing to go into battle?
No.
I think we are still gathering information
Okay, cool.
and shit like
Then
that.
nothing, then I have nothing then.
Other than hiring my elven companions or troops or whatever, then no, that's all I got.
Spell scrolls, some spells and some scrolls. That's, feed. I'm a wizard. Just feed me magic, and I'm fine. That's all I want, in some way or another.
Eat it.
Well, I mean, if you stay at home, I can't give you nothing. You gotta go places. You gotta take risks to get shit, or you gotta try to convince Shadow to let you use his scribe.
Oh, That's an easy spell.
Fair enough.
You do not want to use friend
Why,
on that sorcerer.
why just ask someone when you can influence their mind with magic?
And then cause them to be a hostile towards you for the rest of your fucking life.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do anything so pitiful as use friend on somebody. I have much more useful. I could just hold a soul hostage if I wanted to. I don't even need to. If I'm doing it that way, I might as well just go ham,
Yeah. I mean, essentially, either way, you're gonna be fucking shunned from the group. So you're going to have to do something good.
Why am I even here? I don't have offensive spells.
We can't answer that question for you.
Well, I'm getting stonewalled for every single thing. And I'm not even doing anything.
Didn't
Well,
you do a lot of shit back in that
all I
cave?
said was you could try to convince Shadow to let you use his scribe, because that is his scribe. Like, he unlocked that for his use to use however he wants. So, yes, the scribe can make scrolls.
Adventure to get spells and scrolls and stuff. So I'll go on my own little adventure then, away from everybody else, right? To do the things that I want to do that are entertaining, I guess. Is that what I'm understanding?
Well, you don't have to go on an adventure. There's no magic shops here in their town. So if you want scrolls, you're not going to find them here. You have to, go to a town that has magical shops. We have a week. I asked, is there anything anyone wants to do in that week? So if you want to go to Kane, go to Primhallow, go somewhere to try to find some fucking scrolls, you have to tell me that so I can facilitate that. But if you just fucking stay here at the castle and do nothing, you can't get mad at me for not giving you the things you want when you didn't fucking make an effort to get them.
Yeah.
So, we have a week. Do you want to go somewhere to get some spell scrolls?
No, I'm good. I don't need them.
Okay. Is there anything anybody wants to do over the week in preparation for potentially going to fight a fucking dragon?
As long as you remember what I wanted to do for the week, I am good.
Yes. Alright. So, the week passes. The sage comes to you guys. She says she's done some extensive research. She tells you that there is a particular vulnerable spot. Or what advantage do you want? Does someone want an advantage on the next attack they make? Do they want to negate a resistance of the dragon? Or do they want to give the dragon disadvantage on a saving throw against a spell?
Well, Shadowfire already has resistance against the dragon.
So you would negate one of the dragon's resistances. So if the dragon had resistance to fire damage, you could make it for one attack that the dragon doesn't have resistance. But I will tell you now, the dragon has fire immunity. You can't take that away.
So do I. Well, I got resistance, not immunity, but...
Yes.
I say we leave it up to combat.
Yes. Fair enough.
His fire immunity, someone will do damage, so advantage of attack.
Advantage on next attack? Who is getting the advantage?
Malignant Fire is going to remind you that I already have an advantage because I meditated.
Josh.
Josh, Kolvok says he doesn't need it. With his blind rage, he'll be able to effectively attack the thing. So yeah, he has a thing in his rage where he gives himself advantage already. So you taking the advantage is probably the best thing in this situation.
Oh, I figured for some reason that I couldn't take my own shit.
All right, so she tells you, Combat, that because of the breath weapon of the fire dragon, there are little slits in between the protective shell that a dragon has on its underbelly, that when it usually between these breath attacks, you can get a nice soft spot and do some decent damage. So you have that knowledge to use on the dragon for your next attack when you make one against it. So yes, Boss Steel gets back to you like just the day before like the week and tells you, Shadow, that they have the Draconic Alliance has heard some stories about this Queen in Crimson in recent months that she or not even recent months, they've been watching her for a few years now. It seems like she took up into the Hymir volcano peak about 2 years ago. For the most part, it seemed like she was just really a slumbering dragon that slept in the volcano and didn't do much with that. It seemed there was a Azer society or civilization or something like that used to live in the mountain, but something happened to them. Whether the dragon killed them or not, they're not entirely sure, but the dragon moved into where they once lived and had been posted up there for a while, but sort of in correspondence with like the information you've learned from from Samantha and Chris, it would seem that they have noticed that the dragon has been a little more active in the past couple seasons, but hasn't gone out like raiding villages or anything like that. So the Draconic Alliance has just sort of left it be for now, but still sort of keeping an eye on the situation, informing Bastille of the potential lichdom that this dragon is trying to reach. Bastille says this is certainly something that must be stopped, but most of the ambassadors are dealing with all kinds of tensions between dwarves and elves and incursions in borderlands. There's a lot of activity going on in the Draconic Alliance to maintain the peace that the world is currently seeing. So he says he wishes he could do something, help you now, but it's likely he won't be able to get free time, in a sense, for maybe at least a month before he can come down there. And he's saying that by the timetable you're laying out, it's unlikely that he would get there in time, that it most likely this dragon would ascend to its lichdom before he could make a move.
So, essentially, the Draconic Alliance is currently useless in this whole situation.
Somewhat.
And the information they gave us is absolutely useless as well.
Kind of.
So my whole fucking plan was useless. Anyway.
It happens sometimes.
Swear to God, I gotta stop coming up with plans. They never fucking work out the way I want. Anyway. I guess we got information we needed. Oh my fucking God. I'll be back. Wonderful Wood of Parenthood. I'll be right back, sorry.
It's all good.
How many? The thing that we're getting to get through the dragon's defenses or whatnot? What is that exactly?
It is a scroll of teleportation and a piece of obsidian or dirt from the town and or volcano.
No, I mean the thing that gives advantage to us.
It is combat's sage artisan.
Like, what I mean is, what benefit do we get from it?
Combat gets advantage on the next attack roll he makes against the selected creature being an adult red dragon.
Just once, though?
What?
Just once?
Yes, just once, because his sage's shop is only level 1.
That's unfortunate.
Alright, I'm back. I'm assuming with the lively crowd we have right now, I missed a lot, didn't I?
No, just some clarifying questions. I'm writing notes down of the session.
I was being a dick.
Indeed. So yes.
I'm assuming we didn't get word from the siblings?
No. Chris did not send a message of dire change in the situation.
Perhaps they all died. And we go there, and everything's burnt to hell. And we just be like, oops, and walk away. Oh, dear God. Anyway. we're gonna go fight a dragon, I guess.
I don't know. Are we?
I do not know. It seems like at the moment I'm the only one playing D&D.
Yeah. Yeah, Josh is making food for a dog.
So yeah,
Okay.
might as well.
All right. How would you guys like to do this?
Leroy Jenkins.
Sounds epic.
Fuck it, let's just go die. Even though I have a feeling if we try to die somehow we won't.
Research into.
One of those.
Roll a D20. Oh shit, you got a natural 20. You killed the dragon in
All right,
one fair fight.
So yes, I would like to know: are you using the obsidian with the teleportation circle, or the dirt?
Just to confirm, real quick, the obsidian, we get in the volcano. We don't know exactly where in the volcano, but we
Yes.
get in the volcano.
Yes, into the volcano, the actual
dirt.
layer of the dragon.
The dirt guarantees us the specific spot at the foot of the volcano.
Yes.
We also do not have information on how far from the foot to the lair, correct?
It's like a little less than a day's hike to get to like the top of the volcano to descend down into the caldera. Samantha and Chris, they would have told you that every time the spy had gone into the volcano, he was flown in by some like dragon-back riding. They're not actually dragons. The spy doesn't know what they're called, but they were dragon-esque creatures that some scaly humans were and dwarves and such were riding, and yeah, they would take them into the volcano to do whatever they were made to do.
Alrighty.
Yes, they have aerial patrols that go around the outside. So yes, they have aerial patrols, but it would seem there are no caves that you could find on the side of the mountain that take you into the lair. It seems like the lair is pretty isolated. The only way in is going through the top. Isn't it just like a barbarian sense thing? Like you're talking to the land or some shit like that?
Yeah, I forget if it's like a representation of the land. I have to reread it again.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a while since I've used it. It's been applicable. So.
I mean, I think you used it for when you guys were trying to find like an entrance into the dwarven place. Yeah. I mean, potentially it might tell you an entrance cave.
I mean, yeah, if it sounds like a good idea, I'll use that for once. So it doesn't. Well, we can get information once we're there, though, right?
Yes. You have to be at the land you're trying to learn from.
I guess I could find a skull, maybe, possibly, if one exists.
Yeah, Kolvok says that he could speak with the birds and the bees about. He could talk to them and potentially, if there is a cave into the volcano, he might be able to lead you guys there.
I am all for doing this strategically.
Alright. So, maybe it sounds like Shadow has no objections to you using this ability to potentially find a way in.
The rest of the group, feel free to speak up.
He said if there are anybody else that would like to speak their piece, they can do so. But I think I made someone mad.
I believe so too.
I'm good.
You didn't do anything.
Alright, so, no objections? Teleporting to town using the soil?
Yeah, that sounds.
Yes.
Sounds smarter.
Okay.
I don't still like the random aspect. That's how people die.
Indeed. Alright, so, you guys pop open the teleportation circle, or teleportation scroll, sprinkle some of the dirt onto it, and then activate the scroll, causing it to burn up, and then you guys are teleported to Hammerhaven. As you guys sort of arrive in this area, you can definitely feel sort of the air getting a little more crisp and cold. It is definitely reaching the end of summer, and autumn is steadily approaching, so the weather is starting to get a bit cooler. But yes, as you guys are, your sight is taken from you by the flash of the teleportation magic, your senses come back to you, and you can see you guys are just at the edge of a small town. You can see some people seems to be working the fields. There are a few people like having conversations in front of their houses. And yeah, what would you like to do?
I'm right back.
Yes, you guys can clearly see the mountain. There's even a nice bit of smoke coming from the chimney of it, as it were. Yes.
Where did we teleport to again?
The town. I maybe wrote down a name for it. I don't fucking know.
It's all good. I ain't gonna remember it. Sorry. So we went to the town of, because we went to a tower last time, right?
Yes, you went to the Ironworks Tower in Hammerhaven.
So did we go to a different town?
Yes. With the dirt, you were teleported to the town that is at the foot of the mountain.
I must have missed. I didn't know what we decided to teleport with. So
I believe it
that
was.
detail.
I believe the group consensus was going to the town, so that would be using the dirt
That works.
provided
I'm
from
good.
the town.
So then we're at the foot of the volcano, correct?
Yes, essentially. You guys are just at the outskirts of the town. And you can see some of the sort of town folks going about their normal villagerly lives. Yes. What would you guys like to do? Nico, shut up!
Now, is it like basically kind of like a simple town, you know?
It's not. It's certainly like a village. It's not very big. There's a few homes. There's like a couple farms on the outskirts. You can.
We're talking like a Beauty and the Beast type town right there.
I mean, I feel like that
Or
had
less.
like stone-worked roads and stuff like this. This place probably has like dirt roads and shit like that. Like very.
So less. Okay.
Not like completely out of the way, but it's like if you're passing between Hammerhaven, this isn't probably exactly a place a lot of people come to.
So I want to like have like majorly anything useful per se.
Maybe there's one kind of exotic shop. Maybe they got an alchemist or something like that. But for the most part, it seems like you'll find like a tavern, a general store, and not much else.
Maybe I should pop in and see if they have a postcard. I
Sure.
would like the local post office.
This is the the volcano.
Yes. Maybe.
All
Maybe
the bucket.
people love them so much they never leave. I don't know. Only one way to find out, I guess.
I guess I would like to do a perception check, I think it would be, to see if, like, this town is somewhat connected to said cult. Maybe it's like a, one of those, like, fucking, Silent Hill or some situation where, like, the town looks
Go ahead.
like
Go ahead.
normal.
Make a perception check.
Oh,
Where's my mouse? Too many screens. Got it. Alrighty. Oh, I forgot this is this one. It's been so long. D20. I think that's a D20. Let's use you. What? I used the cyberpunk shit. Now I gotta find my stuff on here. Oh, I get useless. Alright, 17.
Alright. 17. Kind of doing a perception check over, just a general glance over the people. They seem relatively, like, it seems like it's a pretty normal town. But you do kind of notice, it seems like some of the people that are out near you guys, looks like they're kind of closely watching you guys. I'm not trying to be too obvious about it, but you can, every once in a while, you look up at the farmer who's kind of tilling his land, and you can see he's kind of looking over it in the direction that you guys are at on, like, the road.
Can I don't know if I have to do another perception or whatever. Can I tell, like, based on body language or something, if he's looking at us as in, like, who the fuck are you? Or he's looking at us as in, like, you know, should we report this to our lord?
Go ahead and make an insight check.
Gotcha. Probably something else. I am not any Nope. 0 across the fucking board. Oh my god. I need to get some wisdom.
got it. Educate yourself.
Apparently. Shit.
Yep, I believe so.
We didn't get any attribute points for that last level up, right?
I don't believe so. I think the next one is like divisible of 4, so 16, maybe something before that, but I believe the next one's going to be 16.
So we're at what
Okay.
now? 14?
Yes.
Yes.
I got an 11 on insight.
11. I don't know, just he could be just a paranoid old man who doesn't like adventurers, or maybe he is a cultist that is made to keep a close eye out for adventurers. It's hard to tell. You're kind of at a distance, so you don't have the best information to go off of. Like, you're not looking into the windows of his soul.
Alright, in that case, what time of day? Basically, I want to do a greeting. Just tell me which greeting I need.
When would you guys have left?
Typically, we usually try to do beginning of the day, don't we?
Yeah, so I would say it is probably morning time.
Well then, I would like to just wave, say good morning, sir. My robe is basically like a travel attire looking,
Okay.
not combat, not formal, just traveling.
Okay. He kinda, you give a wave and a morning, good day for fishing, isn't it? And he kinda narrows his eye, like his eyes have been like narrowed the entire time, and he's not an East woman. So he kind of gives like a nod upwards at you, and then like turns back to his work and starts tilling the land once more.
Is there a path up the mountain, or like, do we have to make our own shit?
It doesn't like from your current angle, it doesn't look like there's a direct path like leading off from where you are going into the mountain. But I mean, you're basically there, Kolbach. Like I'm pretty sure it's within a mile or something like that. So your thing is. Kolvak walks off to the side, starts like plucking the grass, smelling it, getting down, like putting his ear to the ground, listening for things. And so, from what you can tell, Kolvak, there is no cave entrance leading into this mountain. The only opening is at the top, leading down into the caldera and the lava pits below.
I'm gonna run up the wall to the top of the mountain.
Kolvak gets up from the ground, dusts some of the dirt and grass from himself, gives you guys a big smile, and says, "Well, we fucked up." Yes.
I would like to.
You had that one scroll.
I would like to, I guess, call out to that farmer as I'm heading towards him, and be like, "Excuse me, sir."
He turns up from his work and says, "Yeah, what's this about?"
Kind of want to play dumb in a way, and ask him about the volcano. Just tell him I'm like a enthusiast, and wondering if it had a name and some history or anything.
He says, "The name of it is Hamir Peak, and if you're looking for lore, go talk to a dwarf about it. I'm sure they got some stupid story about how their god fucking took a shite in it or something."
Any of you villagers happen to travel up in there?
What the hell would we need to do in a goddamn volcano except kill ourselves?
Very true. Just figured somebody might have took interest. Perhaps one of your younglings may have ventured off where they're not supposed to.
Any child that's made it to the top of that mountain ain't gonna be doing it again. I'm sure.
So, an enthusiast as myself, you don't recommend traveling up in there, huh?
That there mountain's made of shale rock. If you're trying to get a good look of the fiery pits down below, you better have sound footing when you do.
Well, I thank you for your your lovely wisdom.
Yeah.
And good luck with your days farming.
Fucking winter's coming.
You have a good day.
All right. Nice. That'll put some sting in your ring. Alright. All right, so you've spoken with the farmer. Kolvok has told you that, yeah, we probably should have gone inside the inside the volcano. So yes, what would you guys like to do now?
You said it's a teleportation circle to teleport with that shit, right?
No teleportation, an 8th level conjuration spell. Yes.
I'm not there yet.
No, none of you are.
I'm so close to 2.
Well, there's no turning back now.
Indeed. Indeed. The mountain's not too... Well, okay, yes, going down into the volcano pit, yeah, you'd probably... Yeah, you'd need climbing gear for that. Alright, yeah. So yeah, what's the next course of action?
I mean, to be fair, let's see something here. 3.
Indeed, indeed.
2,
Indeed, indeed, indeed. Indeed,
3
indubitably, indeed.
4 people. 5 people. I mean, I do have the capability of having all 5. Well, we don't even need 5 because the proctor has a broomstick, so I could have 4 of us fly up in there.
We could just feather fall down, whatever. I don't even have suggestions.
Oh my god.
Indeed, indeed. Risks must be taken to get the bacon.
If we go into a volcano where there's a red dragon, we're just gonna fly out right afterwards.
Or teleport. Unless you need an immediate evacuation. Yes, that's understandable.
Unless you got a way to stop me from being frightened.
Well, he means the party being frightened by the dragon's frightening presence.
I mean, we fought 2 dragons now? 3 dragons?
You've fought in 2 dragons. There was
We fought one at the
that was-
castle.
Yes.
We fought
And
the
then
frozen one.
He
and then
ran away, and then he came back
Right.
with his brother, and then you killed his brother. No, you killed the original one that was in ownership quotation mark of your guys' castle, but then his brother got away again. Well, not again, but got away. I think that's the only 2 dragons you fought so far.
We
You
fought that
almost
frozen
fought
one,
another
didn't we?
dragon, but you guys negotiated with her, and she is now sealed inside of ice, which prevents her from going mad and potentially killing a bunch of people.
We fought 2. We've had interactions with multiple.
Yes, right, because boss steal as well. Yes, yes.
So I don't foresee a dragon being capable of scaring us.
The
part of
dragon
the
has
rule.
a specific feature called Frightening Presence that it can use to make you guys afraid.
Even my character?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they got some high level shits.
Indeed. It's
So
so
what you're
that
saying is,
dragon fight actually feels epic when you fight it, instead of it just being like, hey, guess what? We turned it into a little fishy and then flew up thousands of fucking feet and then dropped it on the ground and killed it. Hello, ground.
well, what are we gonna do, people? Keep in mind, we have knowledge of fuckers flying above the cave, keeping an eye on shit, or above the volcano. And apparently, currently, the only way we have to go in is by climbing said volcano, or going up the volcano one way or another, and going down the big old hole.
Yeah,
difficult
that
for
is the
going
plan,
in
right?
the hole.
Well, I think at this point we don't have any other option but going in the hole.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And I don't think we're gonna want to go in the hole because it sounds like it's a very burning sensation.
Well, because of the territory, so.
And it sounds like a very big hole, so we might not feel anything.
You might get some rashes. Buy
Oh, I know what
potions
you're
of
talking
fire
about. I
resistance
get it.
when you were going through the
Yeah, no.
desert.
I have the capability, just letting everybody, well, I know the rest of the party would know, but I don't know if the proctor would know at this rate. I have the capability of making us all invisible.
I think Proctor
I
also
also
has
have
invisibility.
I also have the ability of flying us there, or having everybody be able to fly there.
Me being able to fly,
Oh,
I haven't used that on a dragon or a winged creature. It's been a while. Yes, but and I that one time I definitely felt bad, but still this time, probably feels necessary.
You guys changed the conditions of the test. I can't be mad at that. It was like the moment he cast that on you, I was like, oh, right, that's a thing. So now the whole element of their maneuverability out the fucking window.
So let me figure out how to swim through the air real quick, right?
So yes.
other than that, that is what I am capable of.
I lean towards the
This
flying,
is
of course.
kind of seeming like it's going to be our most epic fight so far. So
Maybe that.
nobody hold back here.
I like the fly idea, for sure.
Keep in mind, I don't know if you heard, but they do have flying watchers
Indeed.
above the hole.
Yeah.
How far above the hole, what kind of rotations they got, who the fuck knows, but
You guys could potentially try to observe that and maybe find a hole in the patrol to be like, this is our moment. We can slip through here without. Yeah, find a hole to get into the hole.
are we capable of seeing all the way up there from here, or are we gonna have to get closer?
Wait. No, I don't have eagle eye. No.
I say you could probably maybe see something here, but maybe getting a little, like, getting up the mountain a little bit, you might have, like, a clearer sign of being like, yep, that is a person riding a winged lizard thingy. Watch how he does what he's doing.
You do it, you son of a bitch.
So is other Proctor, did he get left behind again?
No, I won't be a dick anymore.
Well, then either I can cast Arcane Eye or send an invisible one up there. And then we can see whatever we want.
As long as it works, go for it.
But I don't know if casting for me is a good idea, so maybe send the fake one or the real, it doesn't matter because casting protection from good and evil on everybody also prevents frightening. In addition to that, we could use Featherfall if you wanted to save your spell slots. In addition to that, we can cast Catnap to at least get one spell slot back. And then there's other things we can do in the meantime also to prepare for this.
Well, isn't Featherfall flying? Don't we have to get up there? Or falling? Don't we
You
have to get up
climb
there
up
first?
and fall down, but
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
I'm already going to be
Essentially,
giving up 4 spell slots to get everybody unfrightened. Or not frightenable. If you want to use 4 spell slots on flight for everybody else that is.
it would be one spell slot.
Yeah, it'd be one spell slot at higher levels.
Nice. I don't think a wizard can do that one.
If you have invisibility, you can do it.
You can cast flight on more than one person?
So
At a
if
higher
you
level?
cast fly at 3rd level, you get 1 target. If you cast it at 4, you get 2 people, and it increases
Okay.
exponentially like that.
Well, then we're solid. I'll burn up all of the real Proctor's stuff and then recharge it at the same time. So there you go. Unless, I don't know, I have to look up the catnap to see if it can recharge a 5th level or higher with the short rest.
Alright, so what is the plan?
Combat,
I
if
don't
you're
know.
talking, you mute it.
Well.
Are we doing a fly invisibility combination? Are we sending Proctor up to investigate routes first?
I can't do fly and invisibility. I have to concentrate on one.
Yes, but Proctor, I believe, also has invisibility. Yes, with 2
And a
spellcasters.
broom.
I mean, can't I do what he's trying to do?
And a magic broom.
Can't I do what he's trying to do with my ritual?
Flying
I don't know if I would need to look at the shit to see. I don't know if the nature would be able to tell you about the patrol routes.
Well, I was thinking rock, climbing around down, so never mind. Yeah. I'm stupid. Worry about me.
Is this fucking spell not in here?
God damn it. Fucking stupid camera. Stop it.
There it is.
Jesus. Either way.
Alright, so what's the plan? What are we doing?
Well, I have a question for you first, actually, but anyway, how does distraction work? Is it a thing?
Is this a spell you are asking, or
No,
just
no. This is like
concept?
literally like, okay, I want to keep the dragon distracted. Like, is that a thing? Like, because it does have its wisdom, perception, and everything, and then it also has blind sight, so it can basically see behind itself without looking, kind of thing. So, like, but if it's focused on something, be it's something it hates or something it finds comical, I mean, like, how? That's not something like that's what I'm unfamiliar with. How do we keep it distracted? Because honestly, I mean, if it went perfectly, an adult red dragon does fit inside a force cage, and that totally changes the odds of losing. But if it decides to stretch its legs, then it won't work because it won't be inside the force cage at that moment. So distracting it would be nice, but I don't know how that works either.
So, if you were successfully able to distract it, in a sense, I would rule that as a surprise round, where you guys get a round of being able to act before it does.
Which isn't going to happen if any other way, so yeah.
But once,
Okay, well,
like, barbarians start running up to the thing and putting fucking cold, hard steel into it, I'm pretty sure it's going to turn its attention to the literal thorn in its side.
Literal throne.
Cool. Well, that's what my mission will be, other than debuffing and buffing everybody, like, which I'm gonna get ready to do. So, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna start with telepathic bond and then look for my next move.
Okie dokie.
And then after that,
So is that a plan you then discussed with the party? Or did you lay that on the table clearly?
not yet. I mean, well, I mean, yes, I would. That is not something I would keep to myself.
Okay.
This is like we're going to fight a nuke, basically. So.
If it's a
Fine.
distraction you need, I'm pretty good at that. So.
And then so everybody, I give a telepathic bond, and then after this, that burns up once. That's one slot, and then the next is I'm looking to see if I can upcast
Technically,
protection from good and evil. To see if it does target. It doesn't.
That's putting it in layman's terms in a sense. Like,
Yeah.
But by taking up one of his turns, can they get a surprise attack? By holding in weight. Yeah.
And then I have to use 4 slots for
Sort
good
of
and evil.
way surprise
Wait, how
round
many?
kind of works is like, say you guys come to a room and you hear that there are orcs on the other side, so you decide we're gonna, like, I'm gonna be on this side of the door, Monk's gonna be on this side of the door, and we're gonna wait for them to come through. If the orcs don't successfully make like their perception check as they're coming through the door, like and it can be different rolls based on like whatever the setup for the situation is. But if like the orcs come through and they don't realize that there are people waiting at that door, then you guys, everyone rolls initiative, but those people, the people that are not surprised, get to act in the first round of initiative, and then anyone that is surprised doesn't get to act.
Yeah. No. Okay. That's I guess the part.
So you need to establish surprise.
It is the first.
Yes, it is only the
Which is
first.
really fucking hard to do
the
for
first-
for an adult dragon.
Yes.
I can't pull that.
Really hard. It sucks. But anyway, I need your ruling on upcasting protection, good and evil, evil and good. So I can only use 1 spell slot instead of what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It possibly encompasses a lot of people.
I should say it's a level 1 spell. So.
Now, see, yeah, if you got anything like that, like I could use resistance against like saving throws against stupid shit that turns me. That's one thing I'll take something on, like for sure. It's always been a flaw in battles for me. I usually end up fucking my team worse by being.
I'll have you guys. There'll be plenty of rerolls and plenty of straight up. My 14th level. It was a good level for me. It gave me a very, very, very good spell for just basically saying no.
Okay, so from what I can see, protection from good and evil.
From evil and good.
Okay,
I know. You would think the
protection
good comes first.
Evil and good. I mean, they're going by alphabetical order, I suppose. All right. So there is no upcasting on protection from good and evil, so you can only get 1 target with it. Now,
Is it concentration also?
it is concentration up to 10 minutes. The other unfortunate bit is
Wait,
you
is it
must specify
concentration?
what?
It's a concentration?
Yes. Protection from evil and good is concentration up to 10 minutes. And then the other shitty part is you need to specify a certain type of creature, being abjuration, celestial, elemental,
Right.
fey, fiend, or undead, which, unless the lichdom has succeeded in rooting itself in the dragon, is not useful against the actual living,
Oh.
breathing dragon.
Then that's that. It would be nice to have a bard.
We had one.
Yeah. That old dick swinging.
He was, yeah. You and him might have actually gotten along. Like, your characters probably would have gotten along.
That probably actually was like the interaction Justin was looking for too.
Right?
He just had a buddy.
I
Like
mean,
that,
like, with
We
Steven
had
and
2
him, it
bards.
was like, I fucking hate you and I'm gonna make you realize that in this game. But, yeah, that shit was ridiculous at times.
Didn't we have 2 bards at one point? Like not at one point. I mean, like throughout the campaign, because Billy was a bard, wasn't he?
No, he was a
Nah,
ranger.
they was hard.
The backflipping.
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
Back-flipping ogre ranger.
The back bow, if you will.
Yeah.
That's right.
Because that's usually how he landed. Bow in
Yes.
back.
Nice. Indeed. No, you guys have had 3 rangers in this campaign so far. Anime.
Oh, that's right.
Where he's fucking stuck in air.
Well,
Todd Fizzlewitz's face. Thinking that was going to persuade the guy to sell you to him. And not frighten the absolute living shit out of him and never want to deal with you guys ever again.
Or if anything, it just turns the barbarian against you guys.
so I don't know. I'm trying to meta this. I can't think of anything though. Really, if you can't see the dragon, you can't be frightened by it. But that doesn't really help. I mean,
It's all right. Once
I'm
I get
trying to-
close enough to it, there's no need for me to move away.
Okay, so,
I'm being.
you, when you're raging, I'm pretty sure have advantage against checks to be frightened at the level that you are at, and combat currently only needs to spend an action and a key point to rid himself of fright or charmedness or...
Well, then the rest of it's just saving throws. Then every turn you roll to see if you can get over being frightened, and then you can't be frightened again for 24 hours. So that works. So we potentially lose. I mean, losing 1 turn is enough to die fighting an adult dragon of any color. So
But thankfully, me and combat don't
Is
are not. Well, I don't know. Yeah. If it
is
flies
frighten
over-
a guaranteed thing, or do you roll
Yeah.
against it?
unless you're already protected against it, yes, it's guaranteed, and you have to try. Your character has to run away as fast as it can in the quickest possible way away from it until the effects end. Which is supposed to be 10 minutes.
Frightened
but-
is actually kind of bullshit in 5th edition. You don't have to run away.
Yeah, no, I know.
Oh.
I know. You just can't get any closer. That's like the.
Yeah,
the
you
the
can't get
super
closer. Yeah, a frightened
clarification.
creature has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls, while the source of
close
its fear
distance and he
is
doesn't move,
within line of
you're good.
sight, and the creature can't willingly move closer to the source of its fear.
Okay, that's
But
better
you do
then.
not have to run from it.
Yep.
It's one of the big gripes a lot of people have with frightened. They're like,
fair.
you should have to fucking run from the thing, but that's up to
At the same
individual
time, it's
dungeon
like,
masters.
If you're being a
tastes.
dumbass, why don't you just get away from them? Yeah,
See-
it's a
Yeah.
two-way slope.
Other spells in D&D specifically state that you have to run away. That's why
Yeah,
I was
All I
confused.
gotta
I
do is
guess.
push him away. You don't even have to burn the action to get an attack. You just push the motherfucker away. He's not gonna get any closer. Hell,
I would.
Well,
I
um,
personally would think my character wouldn't get frightened from a dragon.
Yeah,
That's just what I would think. Like I mean,
the
it
rules
just found out I'm related to a fucking dragon.
The
I am
racist
dragon born. I don't see how a
It's-
dragon would frighten me.
it's
you've been spanked
the
by Daddy once.
best.
You don't want to get spanked by him again.
Yeah, I guess that could be it. Is some traumatic memory of your dad flying off the
He drops
handlebars
drawers.
could
you
just
run.
trigger some psychological shit. But it's you have to think of it from the point of view as yes, you've been around dragons, but it's one thing to actually stand next to a nuke that you know is fucking ticking down.
Whoa,
Like,
your camera,
camera's
dude. Your camera went hardcore green.
Yeah, I know. It fucking does this all the fucking time. I don't know why.
That's the first time I've seen that.
Sometimes it likes to do yellow and red.
it was a good color combo.
Would you say that? Well, here's another thing. What about mindset? Also, what about? Fuck it, whatever. What if I enlarge Josh double his size? Would
Maybe there would
you
be,
say that his extra size would debuff the frightened state?
I mean, to each their own. For that, I'd give you an extra number on top of your modifier or whatever to fight it off.
Well, you already get that. You get an extra D4, but I mean,
For
nothing.
attack damage. I don't
I just meant on the save itself. That's that.
To me,
since you're
Kolvok
enlarged-
is already an imposing physical
that too.
specimen.
Yes.
Increasing his size wouldn't affect his general
Oh, yeah.
mindset of him being
That's
just
fair.
a physical fucking badass. It is his mind, his wisdom, which is fragile, that would need to
Right,
be
right. Yeah, that's why I was
improved in
asking
some
that. Yeah.
way to
Yeah.
prevent him from being
Totally.
In that aspect. Yes.
unfrightened.
I mean, if he tried to frighten me with his strength, and I had to roll strength against it,
Yes.
fuck you, I'd win.
Right.
Or Constitution.
Well, actually,
Okay.
Yeah.
Adult Red might actually be stronger than you.
Oh yeah. I'm sure.
I think it is. I
Still
believe
got
its
pretty good chances
strength
of
is
fucking-
23.
He's got a fire giant
Yeah.
belt of strength, so
Oh,
advantage
adult
on
dragon
those
is
close
27, and he gets a plus 8 to its rolls.
so that's a 13.
Yeah. You still
I'm
got
just
advantage.
I'm gonna chalk this up to another thing of D&D that doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it's I
It's gonna go right along with elemental effects does not matter.
Right. I just want to play some Pokemon with my goddamn.
it's like, so the way this thing tells me, if something has resistance to certain damages, it effectively has double hit points. So something that has 100 hit points, if it's
That's how I
taking
always
half
look at it.
damage, you have to do that same amount of damage twice. So basically something that has like resistance to normal damages like slashing, piercing, bludgeoning, if it's at 100, it's actually 200 hit points.
Yeah.
Now,
That
it's
is always
the
how I've looked at my
inverse when you take weaknesses. If it takes double damage on ice attacks because it's a fire elemental, which fire elementals are actually somewhat susceptible to water, as you found out in the fight with Iminex. But like the dragons, they're a little different in their cosmology, their biology, or what the fuck ever. But yeah, if it's has 100 hit points, but it has weakness to ice, if you just use ice damage on it, it doesn't have 100 hit points. It has 50 hit points. So that's why a lot of things in Dungeons and Dragons don't have weaknesses. Most of the things that I have seen have like a weakness to some sort of elemental type or something like that, are like 5th, like challenge rating 5 or below. Once you guys start getting into like big dragons and purple worms and fucking liches and shit like that, you're not going to find weaknesses. All you're going to find is resistances and moving into the immunities.
Okay, so with that being said, basically we need to, for those that are squishy at least, you gotta keep our distance or not be seen for the most part. I mean, he can find you if he's looking for you, basically, or she can rather. It's not that hard to hit, but the problem is, and this is only a temporary problem if we perform well, and it's like, yes, the dragons have resistances, but the worst part is when they can choose to pass if they fail a roll. If a dragon fails a roll, they can just say like, nope, I got it instead. But
Yeah, 'cause
they
it's
only
not
have
fun
a,
for me
I
to
don't
present
remember
you
how many,
guys as
they only have
powerful
a certain
dragon
amount.
and then
So.
you use fucking polymorph and turn it into a frog.
Nice.
Right. Yeah, but I can't do that unless it runs out of its charges. So it has to suck for a little bit and then. But the thing is we can't know. We can't know when it's failing, or when it's okay to cast a spell that's actually
All
going
I
to work.
have to say is it succeeds on its saving throw.
Yep. So that's all. That's basically. I don't. That's all the information I think that we could use to be prepared for this. Basically, it's got spider senses. It, to a point, it doesn't care what spell you throw at it, and also, it's pretty fucking hard to hit.
Kolvok's fucking modifiers at this point, I need to destroy his magical items. I mean... No.
Fuck
that's
it.
exactly-
Go fucking pissed.
It also helps having, the advantage.
Josh, do you have a bag of holding?
Yes, he does.
I have a bag of holding. We could just nuke it.
No, I'm good. I've been teleported to a couple areas in my lifetime. I'm good. I don't need that anymore.
Well, it wouldn't have to be you. He could potentially just send in his fucking clone to do it.
Yeah. True.
Kill it. Send it somewhere random, right?
Yes,
Be
somewhere.
like Konosuba. We send it to a town and it destroys that instead.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. There is that possibility also.
I believe it goes to a different plane of existence, but
Send it to a world of planeswalkers who then seek vengeance on us.
Oh,
All right, how the fuck we getting up there? We're talking about how we're fighting it, not how we're getting there.
Oh, yes. I mean,
I am talking about how we are talking about how to fight it. If we combine one bag of holding with another bag of holding, then it creates a fucking black hole.
he's
and then
talking.
What I
becomes
said
He's talking
is we're
heading
talking
to
about fighting a fucker. We're not even there yet.
first question is
I mean, this
proposed.
is a
Yeah.
okay point to plot how you're going to attack
That
it
too.
as well as
Honestly,
how you're going
we
to get to
we
it.
probably won't get the chance if once we're beyond this point.
Fair, yes,
Like-
I would agree with that.
So, but yeah, I can agree with Shadow. How are we getting down there? Flying, obviously. Invisibility, I don't. Well,
It requires concentration, so
but that gives you that surprise shit you wanted to go for, right?
The dragon does have blind sight, so
Never mind.
very
Well,
limited distance on the blind
Okay,
sight.
invisibility gets us past the other things.
Yes, that is yes. The aerial patrols, if you used invisibility, you would be able to get by them most likely unnoticed, unless there is some sort of other extra sensory perception that the dragon thingies they are watching or riding might have. Maybe.
Maybe. Yeah. So, to invisibility or not invisibility? That is the question.
That is the question.
Well,
I guess I'll just start buffing everybody some more. And then I'll let everybody choose the rest what happens.
I can only fly us
Yeah.
or invisible us.
I don't know. I
How
guess I'm
arduous
looking
would the
towards
climb be?
invisibility not being useful. I don't know. Other than getting
If we want
past.
to get detected at the
Yeah.
top, maybe it'll be beneficial. If we
Think of smog.
Sorry, what did you say, Combat?
I said maybe it'll be beneficial to talk to these guys at the top, 'cause we don't know.
The ones circling are probably the cult members, or that work for the dragon, I assume.
Hmm.
Yes, you
I'd
were
assume so,
informed
too.
about the aerial patrols by Samantha and Chris.
Yeah. Okay. Are they going to be assisting in this, or have they getting all the assistance that is? I mean, I'm not.
That essentially has been useless.
Yes. That too. Hey,
so
we made the decision to scroll. That was our fault.
Samantha has only recently began to pick up spell casting.
Okay, yeah, but no.
You didn't ask her when you were there, and you didn't ask Chris, so yeah.
What?
So no, they're not being involved. Okay.
I
I
mean,
wanted to copy that scroll.
then I would ask, how are you guys getting here?
I mean, it's
He did say it earlier. He wouldn't have had the time then.
A week, I thought. I thought there would have been.
Yes.
It's fine.
Do
It's that
you
part
have
over anyway, though. That's a
Do
pass.
you have 8th level spells, Kurt?
No.
So you would have the spell in your book, but you wouldn't be able to use it, and when you copy it down, you destroy
Okay,
the
I
scroll.
also said that it's already passed. I'm not trying to argue about stuff that can't be fixed, and I didn't even realize it was an 8th level spell. I heard spell, and I use spells, so.
And it breaks the scroll.
I believe so. When you copy shit down, like when you copy scrolls, I believe it destroys the scroll. I'm not sure though.
I was also unaware of that too, so sorry. My bad. Either way.
Invisible.
But I mean, anyway, that wasn't the first suggestion. The first suggestion for the scroll was to go into the volcano and then teleport back out once we had a handful of rocks.
We still have. Oh.
Not from inside the volcano.
Yes, you do. Samantha provided you a piece of obsidian that was provided by the spy that could get
You
you
only need one.
inside the mountain.
So, do we still have that?
Yes.
Why don't we just go inside the mountain? And then
None of
take
us
some
can
rocks
teleport.
And then go from
The
there.
scroll.
None of us
was-
can teleport.
The scroll was an 8th level teleport, not teleportation circle.
Oh yeah, we used dirt for the town. That was I
Yes.
got you.
Yes. Which we still probably still
Yes,
have
you
also.
still
right?
you have the dirt as well.
Again, but we have the piece of obsidian. Why can't Shadow or I use it to teleport
Not-
inside the mountain?
Teleportation
Teleport
circle,
is
teleportation.
an 8th level spell.
Yes.
2 different spells, Kurt.
Teleportation circle takes you
teleportation
to a permanent circle that has been established after a year of casting the same spell in the same spot every day for a year. Teleport is just, hey, I
Hey, I
want
wanna
to
go
go here. You say a place, and depending on how familiar you are with that place, or in this case, have an object from that place, depends on the variance of how close you get to where you're trying to go.
Right, I agree.
So
then
you
if
had
I had
one
if
teleport
one of the
scroll.
proctors had that, if one of the proctors had that obsidian in his hand, he could feasibly go inside of the mountain.
If you had teleport.
Yes, if you
I-
had the capacity to use the spell teleport, yes, you could.
Okay, it's not an 8th level spell. It's a 7th level spell. So I have teleport. Okay, that's also why I'm talking about it.
Then why would you need to copy it?
I was assuming that that scroll was special for some reason. Because this has gotten really the whole teleportation thing got really convoluted.
Sorry, I looked at the wrong thing. I was looking at telepathy when I saw the level. So yes, you are right. It is a 7th level spell. So there was no fucking point for you to even try to copy the scroll if you already have teleport.
Cool. So we can get in. No problem. No flying. No invisibility. I mean, we could still
probably
use
still
that at some
flying.
point.
The risk with
Yeah,
using the
that's a good
obsidian
point.
is where in the volcano you will appear exactly.
So essentially, we could appear in a fucking hole that has no way out, no way in.
Where did she get it?
The spy got it somehow. That question was not asked though.
But the spy did give us information, so we could at least kind of guess how far he got in. Maybe, I don't know.
You heard that the spy was taken into the volcano by one of the flying patrols.
But
Saw the gold.
what?
That question was not asked.
What I
But the spy saw the
understand,
dragon.
Yes, he saw the dragon.
That's dangerous.
all right. So 2 things. 1, Midnighter, you're currently your camera's really fucked up. And 2, if I understand correctly, even if we teleport, even if we know exactly where the obsidian came from,
Doesn't mean you go to the exact spot that the obsidian was taken from.
yeah.
It
So
fails
even
for-
if we have legit fucking GPS coordinates, it does not guarantee we're going to those fucking coordinates.
Yes.
I think that's wrong, but we just don't know where it came from.
Well, or,
It says associated object 1 through
Yeah,
100, you're on target. So if it came from the spot, that's the spot you go to. But we don't know where that spot is. That's the problem.
You know that you're trying to get in the volcano. The volcano's pretty big, so there's a big area of on target.
Okay.
because we don't have the knowledge that dude had pretty
Well,
much.
I would say, but I wouldn't say just transferring it. We're intelligent enough to be like, okay, don't just transfer to a random spot. Just this spot, this particular one, where this rock was picked up from, is where I want to go. That's what a wizard would do.
You are
But
not
not knowing
familiar
where it
with that
is.
spot, though.
You associated object. Okay, all right, that's cool. I'm not gonna argue it anymore. Whatever. Teleportation is not what I thought it was, I guess.
Oh my god, I can't.
It's my world, so I can do what I want.
I'm out of ideas. I want to force cage it. But I think we'll all die in the process.
So, how are we getting in the mountain? If we want to just leave it here for now, you guys can discuss in chat or something over the next week. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm just being an asshole at this point, I guess.
No, I don't think you are. It's just there's a lot of weird, there's a lot of confusion surrounding high-level spellcasting and ancient or legendary creatures. And concentration's stupid.
I guess.
Since if we might pause, I'll just start the Magnificent Mansion ritual. So at least we have a place to stay in town without a problem.
Okie dokie. Proctor prepares a magnificent mansion for you guys to stay in as you decide what your next course of action is. And with that, we will leave it here until next 2 weeks. Thank you all for joining. I hope you had a good time.